students, last class we have seen the separation techniques, okay, how the evaporation indirect manner we will be separating the water and ink, okay. That is the principle behind it is one should be volatile, another should be non-volatile. And then we have seen the second technique, okay, centrifugation. In that we can use churning method or centrifugation, okay, and in that density is the principle behind it, okay. Then we have seen the separation funnel, that technique is for two immiscible liquids which will not mix with each other. That is what we have seen in the last session, and we have seen the separation or application of centrifugation. We have to see the application of separating funnel, okay. That I have missed in the last session. Now I will tell you. So first step is already we have seen that oil and water can be separated by this method. The next one is the metals, no, we can whatever they are extracting, one will be a solid which has more density will go down. The impurities which will be there, no, that will be lighter weight, which has two layers, they will not mix with each other, that can be separated. That's what given as extraction of iron from the lighter slag, and the molten metal will be down, that can be separated by using this separating funnel, okay. The principle behind it, it should be immiscible, it should not mix with each other. That was the last topic. Today we are going to see only the two topics, okay. How can you separate a mixture of salt and camphor? We can say it, okay. Here you know that salt, will it go to the liquid or gaseous state on heating? No, it is not. It will not go to the other state of matter. Whereas camphor, when you're praying, okay, they'll be using camphor, no? Yes, that can be heated when you lit the light in that. It starts to become a gaseous substance without going to liquid, okay. Those substances are called as sublimable, okay. Okay, first we are going to see sublimation. See, generally directly from solid to gas, okay, in those days, okay. Now it is revised as deposition. Sublimation is the term. First it is used in the previous books, no? They have typed as solid to gas, okay, solid to gas on heating, and on cooling it is generally said as sublimation in previous chapters. Now it is updated as, okay, this is sublimation, this is sublimation, and vice versa is called as deposition. Okay, the deposition is also called as desublimation. Generally it is called sublimation. Now it is said, instead of this backside gas to solid, it is also known as deposition. What happens to this? So if solid directly goes to gaseous state, okay, these substances will sublime, okay. Okay, they will not go to the liquid state. Directly on heating it goes to gaseous state, whereas on cooling it will be changed to solid state. That was taught by man in the first lesson itself. This is called sublimation. Okay, what for you are telling here this term? Here they have told you to separate salt and camphor. So one substance will sublime, which is that is camphor, which will not sublime is salt. So we are using this method, sublimation, we are going to use to separate salt and camphor. Some more examples are given in your book are ammonium chloride, iodine, okay, carbon dioxide, okay, dry ice, it is said to be dry ice, okay, then anthracene, naphthalene, okay, camphor. These are the substances or examples, okay, that can sublime, okay. That process of changing to other states, solid to gas and gas to solid is called as sublimation. we are going to separate it. Okay, what is that? First you take a tripod stand. What is the tripod stand now? It is used for fixing the apparatus, and a Bunsen burner it is fixed. Above that a china dish. China dish is nothing but it is made out of white clay. Okay, that is the it is china dish made out of china clay, so it is called as china dish. In that we are going to invert means this is the position of funnel, we usually keep it. We have to insert that funnel in the china dish. What for, we'll see. So it should be inside. Inverted funnel is kept it on the china dish. Above that the hole will be there in the funnel. That should be cotton plug. Cotton plug means we have to insert cotton. What for, I will tell you. So I am taking salt as well as camphor, together it is mixed. I want to separate the two. So I will be heating this. This salt and camphor are inside. You can use ammonium chloride, anthracene, naphthalene, any one. And another substance should not sublime. One should sublime, another should not sublime. Okay, I told what is sublime. Directly solid to gas, gas to solid. That substance only we can separate it from non-sublimable substance. That is the principle. So I am heating it. Obviously what happens? The salt remains here. Okay. The camphor or ammonium chloride, whatever you are separating. Okay. That substance on heating, it change into gaseous substance and start to settle. Why it is settling on the funnel, you know? I have put cotton in that, it cannot escape. So then it will be settling on the funnel side. Okay. After that everything is evaporated. I will be seeing that all has sublime or not. After some time, no, nothing will be sublime. It will not go to gaseous state. After that I will put off the Bunsen burner fire. So then what happens? The solid camphor is converted into gas on heating, and on cooling what it happens? It start to deposit. It start to deposit camphor. It deposit on the side of the funnel. Okay. So that deposit. And it become a solid again. What will be remaining here is salt. I have taken both salt and camphor. The salt will remain here. The camphor will be settling on the funnel. And after cooling, I can remove the funnel so that I can scratch that what is inside. I can remove the camphor separately. Salt remains in the china dish. So I can use this technique to separate sublimable and non-sublimable substance. So sublime means what? Solid to gas and gas to solid. There is no liquid state. This will be here. So this is what is the next separation technique. Okay. Then we are going to see chromatography. What is chromatography? Okay, what is chromatographic technique? The chroma is a word, derived word, okay. It is a Greek word meaning color. Those days, first they have separated colored substance from the solvent. Okay, so chroma means what? It is derived from the Greek word color. The color has been removed from the substances. Okay, and this technique is first based on color. Now it has been said whether the black ink is made up of a single substance or more than that. Yes, black ink contains many substance, many solute. Okay, in this technique the solute, okay, each solute has different solubility. What is solubility? The dissolving nature in the solvent. In one solvent, many solute should be dissolved. For example, water. Water is called as universal solvent. You know that many solute can be dissolved in water. So it is called as universal solvent. In this, black ink will be mixing. Many particles together, many solute has been mixed in the black ink. When it is dissolved in solvent water. Okay, because of the solubility, it varies in the solubility, and we can see the range of soluble solutes in various places. Let me explain how it can be done. First, you should take a filter paper. Okay, in this shape you can take it, and you pour black ink in a place, and you spot that this place with by drawing the space where the ink is you have added. Okay, now this black ink I have added, I have poured a drop in the filter paper, and I have marked it, I made it dry. Now there is no solvent, only the black ink solute. Okay, it is there. It has got many solute, and it has various solubility. Okay, first I have marked it. What is the next we will be doing? We have to insert in a jar, okay, which contains water. For example, I have taken a measuring jar or anything in which I have poured little water. Okay, I have insert this filter paper in that marked level. Below that only I have to add this water. Here, for example, this is the place where the ink is, but I have to pour the water below that level. What is the nature of the filter paper? No, it absorbs water. So the water has a tendency to move. After some time, the water starts to move. Okay, that is called as mobile phase. Okay, the ink will be in the stationary phase. It will be in the same paper. When the water level is increasing, what happens to the ink? No, it starts to spread. According to the solubility, the range varies. When you see the paper with the ink will be spreading more in one area, very less in one area, because of the variation in the solubility. I can know that whether there is only one solute or many things. We can see that many solute have different colors, and the solubility will be varying. So the ink spreads wide range, means it will be soluble very fast and goes to the wide area. When you are seeing that the solubility is less, it will move very less space. So accordingly, we can separate the colored substance, and we can know the solubility range. Okay, that technique is called as chromatography. Based on the color change, the solubility, we can note down the things. Okay, that is what is given. Its application is the color of the dye. Okay, dye means coloring agent. Each has its own solubility substance. We can separate it by using this chromatographic techniques. Not only chromatography is one technique, there are many techniques. Thin layer chromatography, paper chromatography. Okay, many techniques are there. Advanced technology has come. You will be studying in your higher classes. This is very basic. So one solvent should dissolve many solute, and each solute has its own solubility. According to that, it will separate. It can be separated. So dye, the coloring agent, in that each solute can be separated, and the pigment of like chlorophyll, colored pigments are there, no? That also can be separated by this technique. And drugs means medicine. You don't think drugs means always that unconscious. Drugs are classified into two. One is for treatment, another one is for making unconscious. So the drugs, what is present in the blood, that also can be varied with using this technique. So this chromatography is used in medicinal field also. So drugs, that is medicines in the blood, also can be identified, as well as pigment. We can separate the coloring substances. In coloring agent dyes also we can separate it. So these techniques, two techniques are useful in separating. This one is colored substances can be separated according to their solubility, and all the solute should be dissolved in one solvent. That is what we have chose, water. Sublimation means one should be sublimable, another should not be non-sublimable. According to that only we can separate. These are the two techniques you have to learn, and you have to draw the diagram properly, and I will give you the homework in the WhatsApp. Okay, thank you.